is another edition of the On the Mic podcast, and super excited to welcome back my next guest. If you guys remember the first time we talked, I was like, I can't believe we're finally talking. And now this time she came back, no problem. So apparently the first interview was a good one. Bellator 299 goes down September 23rd in Ireland. And welcoming to the show
Two
for
weeks.
2 weeks. We are 2 weeks away.
2 weeks.
She'll take
I'm
on the
counting down
undefeated
the
Sarah
hours I am.
Collins. Sinead Kavanagh, welcome back. How are you?
Great. I'm counting down the hours. The days. It's finally there. I can see the finish line, and I'm delighted that it's coming to an end now.
Yeah, there's a lot going into this fight. Mainly you being on a 2-fight win streak, looking to extend your win streak. Obviously, just your last loss was to the champion Cris Cyborg. She's got her fight coming up at Bellator 300. The timing of all this is a little special, right? Because you're fighting a month before the champ. There needs to be more contenders for the champ. Like, how are you viewing this fight for you to get back to another title shot?
Yeah, well, I don't think anyone can complain if I win this fight. I'm in the running then to be to fight for the title again. Like I don't can complain about that. I have a hat trick with the fights. I'm looking forward to seeing Cris and Cyborg and Kakawati. I'm really looking forward to that.
You're taking on undefeated Sarah Collins, but she's only 4-0. You obviously have much more experience than that. There's always some type of narrative attached to an undefeated fighter. What do you make of your opponent? Have you done a lot of film study on her or anything like that?
Yeah, like she's 4-0. She bet Pam under 2 minutes. I think she's gonna come in here confident. But there is levels to this game, and I don't like. I think I'm at a different level than what she's expecting. I am a tough fight for her, and yeah, I think like she does have she's good judo, but there's nothing like that I haven't been against before.
Now, coming into this fight, obviously, when we talked last year, I believe it was after the Leah McCourt fight, and you obviously, were working to get healthy again. You obviously did that in the fight against Janae Harding. Coming into this fight, health-wise, how are you feeling?
I'm good. I'm ready to go. I've been training hard. Done a good camp. My last MMA spar was today. Everything's gone good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to fighting again in my hometown.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. Obviously, you know me. I'm going to ask about the Irish crowd and everything that goes into that fight night. But coming into this fight, obviously against Collins, I'm just going to get the big question out of the way because I think it's a very big question for anyone fighting for the end of this year. There's so many rumors regarding the future of Bellator. With
Yeah.
that being said, and the champion fighting next month, how do you feel? Like, because they've confirmed events through the end of the year. Now, I don't know if Cyborg would want to fight by the end of the year. I don't know if you would want to fight again by the end of the year. But how are you looking to end this year with Bellator, and what do you make of the possible future?
Hoping to end in a win. Yeah, I would fight again this year. I would really like to fight again. If I come out of this fight healthy, it's a big possibility I could. And with PFL, the rumors, like we don't know what's going on. So, if the rumors are true and PFL are buying it, it'd be nice to mix it up with fresh blood. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what the future holds. It is a mystery and it is out of our hands at the same time. So I'm all for it.
Yeah, so it's not like a question where I can be like, what do you think is going to happen? What would you like to happen, right? But it is a question of how excited are you? Because obviously, PFL, it has a couple things going for it. Obviously, the bigger broadcast rights being on ESPN. They have the weight classes, some weight classes, I should say, not all of them. You would fit right into what they're doing right now, especially, in the division. So you mentioned fresh blood. Is that something you would be excited about joining the PFL roster to go, oh, now I've got plenty of women to choose from?
Yeah, definitely. And we have that chance to win that $1,000,000. Like, bring it on. Like I think I could be in a good position. You know, if that was on the line to fight for that, I'm all here. I'm here for it. Like I'm here for it.
Yeah, I think if it were to happen, if it does happen, I think the PFL will need to very much improve their featherweight division. And I think
Yeah,
not just saying this because you've been on the show and I consider you a friend, but and also because you could kick my ass, but I think you're definitely someone that could be used and needed in that division on the PFL side. So with that being
yeah,
said, it's a question I've asked everyone over the last few months since the rumor started. You know that Bellator is maybe once a month, every 6 months, or excuse me, every 6 weeks when they put on an event. PFL, kind of similar. They have a shorter calendar. Now, if they add, let's say, 100 to 200 fighters, if they take on the Bellator roster, it may not even be that many. But when you add it such a big roster, you're going to add more events. Would you like to see, let's say it's all PFL, would you like to see the tournament kind of like what Bellator is doing, where they have the Grand Prix, but they also have other events? Because right now it kind of seems like PFL is mainly only doing the tournament style events. I think I would like to see like a regular PFL event, no tournament, and then other events be strictly for the tournament. It just gives fighters more of an opportunity to fight and have more events.
yeah. I think you should be guaranteed 3 fights a year, even and if you get out of the tournament, you should be able to fight then just on a normal stage, like in just a fight. So yeah, I think there's plenty of things to discuss with, and PFL can do with all the fighters they're going to if they buy Bellator.
I have to ask this as well because it's something else that I think will happen if this merger happens. I know Showtime and Bellator work together. I know there was Showtime boxing, but you've never really seen an MMA promotion be open to so many different things. They signed Francis Ngannou, and then they're like, yeah, he'll be here next year. This year he's gonna go box. Now, if
Yeah,
that was a possibility, if you were to join the PFL roster, would you be open to having a few boxing fights?
yeah, let's go. Bare knuckle. I'd love to do some bare knuckle fights.
I mean,
I'm
sign
all
me
up for
up.
that. Give me more tough. Give me the bare knuckle. I'll do that. I would love to do some of that, you
That would
know?
be insane. Seeing you inside the bare knuckle
Yeah.
ring. I didn't even think
Yeah.
about it. I'm over here thinking I just want to ask you about boxing. You're like, nah, I want to go bare knuckle.
No, no, so soft gloves. Like, give me, give me something tougher. I go for the bare knuckle. Don't know if they have any. I don't know if they have any fights for featherweights like there, or if they even had them any. But I would be. I'd sign. I would sign my name to that contract.
Let's make it happen. Let's just find somebody for you to fight bare knuckle. I would love. Obviously, focus is Bellator 299, but in the
Yeah,
future, I would love to see you in bare knuckle. I
yeah,
think you're striking. I think the way you box, I think you cut somebody up pretty good, and
yeah. Bring
I
it
think it'd
on.
be a pretty bloody war. I think it would be a pretty bloody war. I do
Yeah,
want to ask you though, going looking ahead past your fight to Bellator 300, Leah McCourt, your former opponent who you beat, is taking on Sarah McMahon, and obviously I think you could kind of see where this is going. Maybe, just maybe, they might be looking at the winner of that because they're fighting on the same card as the champion. Depending on the performance, they could position themselves to be a title contender, maybe not the next title fight. So how can you use your fight in 2 weeks to put a stop to that and say, hey, I'm the next title challenger. I don't care about the other fight that's on the same card as the champ. I'm the next contender. I'm the next challenger for the belt.
that's easy. If I knock Sarah Collins clean out, I think yeah, that's the says it all really there. And I call out Cyborg and and put my name first. I think it is. I think Leah has a hard fight with Sarah McMahon as well. Like it's a tough fight. I'm looking
I was
forward to
going to
seeing
ask,
that.
how do you think
Yeah.
that fight plays out?
I don't it could be a decision.
Decision.
I don't know. It could go either way, really. Like Sarah is tough, but then Leah's tough too. Like I think it's that's up in the air, really. Decisions on one of them.
So obviously you go in, you put a stop to Sarah Collins, you hand her first defeat. That's 3 wins in a row. like you said, you called out the champion, Cris Cyborg. I mean,
Yeah,
it's all kind of pretty much right there for you at that point.
yeah, yeah. It is like if I win this fight in fashion, I think yeah, I think I should be the next in line again. Let's roll the dice again. Let's go again.
Well, obviously you came back not only from the fight against Cyborg, but you had the injury. You came back from that. You look great coming back from that. So now we're 3 fights removed from your fight against Cyborg. Let's say you're the next title challenger. What would be different in a future matchup between the first time you guys met?
Take my time. I rushed it, like I rushed it. I put her to the cage. I just seen her there, and I just went for it, I think no one puts, as I said, baby in the corner, so I just went for it. I just and but then she bounced off it, boom, hit me lovely shot. She broke my eye socket, I did go down. Yeah, I'm take me time. Feel her out for a round or two. Don't rush it. I think I would yeah, be better this time.
I'll ask another one. And now there's no rumors of this. I'm just coming up with this. I'm pulling this out of nowhere. Hypothetically speaking, at Bellator 300 with the future of the promotion kind of, unknown, what if Cris Cyborg says, thank you, I'm out? Would you want to fight for the vacant title? And would you see the winner of Leah and Sarah as a possible fit for a vacant title fight with you?
Yeah, that makes it all the better. If she packs up and goes. Yeah, I would say, yeah, give me the title. Like, yeah, I'd fight for the title. And I don't really care who it would be against, I think any fight's easier than Cyborg. So
Do you,
so yeah,
do
all will
you
be good.
think that do you think that she may be nearing that stage of her career where not sure how much longer Cris Cyborg wants to fight?
I think I think she's like me. I don't think she wants to hang them up. Like when I go there till one leg is hanging off. Was she's a machine, and she just wants to fight for eternity, and so do I. So yeah, I don't think she's gonna hang them up anytime soon.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just speaking hypothetical. You never know with the future. Like I said, obviously, there's been this long rumored fight of her and Kayla Harrison if the PFL
Yeah,
merger
I
happened.
want to see
So
that too. It's Zara
yeah,
Cyborg mash out you know.
that would be an interesting fight. See if they put it at 45 or 55. I'd be very intrigued in that. But I think it leaves the door open for women like yourself to come in and stake their title claim. And you could sign me up for that every which way to have you against Cyborg, you against Sarah or Leah again. I mean, I'm all in your future. Right now, the future is bright for Sinead Kavanagh. But on September
Yeah.
23rd, you will be at the 3 Arena once again. I know we've talked about it before, but just if you can, take me inside fight night in that atmosphere in that crowd.
The electric, the nerves are kicked in. You're walking into the tree arena, you can hear the crowd before you can see them. Even before you're indoors, you can hear the crowd. Yeah, it's everyone's drunk. There's drink everywhere, and yeah, it's a fun night, and it's packed. It's sold out, and the crowd goes wild for a good fight.
Now, I'm probably gonna stop asking about the future of Bellator after this question, but for so long, it's for the last, especially the last few years, it's been a staple that Bellator 2 events in Dublin, in Ireland, every year, February, September. Your message to whatever happens, if they join the PFL, I know the PFL has like the European Challenger Series. It's not the same. Bellator in Dublin is a huge deal. I don't have to tell you that. Not just here. I think here in the States as well. I might be the only one from the States that loves it as much as anyone. Because I feel like I'm right there. But like
Yeah.
you have a message to like let's say the PFL, if they bought out Bellator, like, hey, you still have to bring shows to Dublin at least
The,
once a year, every single year.
the PFL are here in December.
They're here. Yeah, I believe that's for the European circuit, right?
Yeah, yeah. So they're in Dublin in December. So
Yeah, I if they're gonna merge though, they have to come
yeah,
to Dublin with their
twice a
top
year.
fighters. Yeah.
I'm sure they would. Like I'm sure they would. Hold keep that going. Like if it's sold out, why not? Every
Keep the
time, you know.
tradition going, right? That's
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
basically what I was getting at. You got to keep that tradition going. You can't just be
Yeah.
like, all right, we're gonna acquire all the roster and now we're just gonna start because you don't want to be fighting in like Atlanta, Georgia, like when you could be right
And
fighting
yeah,
in Dublin.
I bet thought it took like the Concord Dublin, like the and it's as I said, like it's sold out every time. It's massive here. Like this, I don't understand why they would bin it. Like then after all Bellator's hard work, just keep it going.
And
You
what does
know.
that mean to you, right? Because obviously we know about fighting at home. We know how crazy the crowd is. We know how passionate the Irish are. But to have this journey, especially with where you are in this journey, right? Fought for the title. Now you're on this win streak and you're one fight away, maybe two. I would rather say one fight away from another title shot. And then a lot of these fights are happening home for you in Ireland. What's it like to have the home crowd, the home team kind of go with you along this journey?
Yeah, it's I feel comfortable here, you know. I don't have to go travel anywhere, don't have to adjust to any heat or anything like that. My Irish pasty skin is grand here. You know. Yeah, it's just and you know, I'm just not too far from the arena. Everything is just it's calm, it's peace and it's my zen here, like so yeah, I would love to just keep fighting in Dublin.
I've got to ask because you know I always do. I've got to ask about your teammate. Do you believe we'll see Connor fight by the end of this year?
Hopefully, I hope so. There's a big talk about it. He's been training away. Like I don't see no why not. Like he's been training hard. The dude is in shape as it is. Like I think he's gonna fight. Yeah, definitely.
And obviously he got his black belt recently from John Kavanagh.
Yeah.
Do you think we'll start seeing Connor wrap up submissions left and right now?
I think he's like me. Like he likes to have a fight, have a like a scrap. You know. It's hard to knock that out. We come from the same area, so yeah. So we like a fight. We like to use our hands. That's about it.
Do we have Forged Stout on deck after the win?
Oh, yeah, yeah. I tasted. I was in the brewery, like so. I did taste it, and it was lovely. I don't even drink stout, but I was like, give me more of that.
I was gonna ask, how is it? Because we don't have it here in the States yet. I'm patiently waiting. Actually, next time when you're at the gym, if you see Connor, just tell me you need to start sending Forged Out to the States. If you could do that for me, that'd be greatly appreciated.
I'm sure it's coming anyway. You know, it's a
No,
major
it's
hit.
coming. It's coming.
Yeah, it's a
I think it's
major
coming
hit.
in
Like
October.
it's everywhere now here. Like you know, it's sold out everywhere, and so yeah, it's pretty nice. It's much better than the other stuff anyway.
Last one here for you, Sinead, and thank you as always for your time. I've always really had a great conversation with you. This is gonna be a great card. You know, Bellator 299, obviously plenty of Irish fighters, plenty of teammates, and a great main event for the middleweight title. But you know, this is a huge step for you, you know, because not only are
Yeah.
you taking on another top contender, taking on someone who's undefeated, like I mentioned, that carries some weight every once in a while in the fight game. And it will be and should be your third consecutive win and a message to the champion. What's your message to everyone tuning in to Bellator 299 on September 23rd?
Be prepared for explosive fights and enjoy them. Enjoy the fights. It's going to be good. It's going to be a good night.
And before I let you go, any sponsors, anybody you want to shout out or thank or anything like that?
There's always Conor McGregor and the Black Forge and
Love
the Forge South. That's about it.
it. You know that if I ever make it out to Dublin, you know I'm gonna ask if you can help me get in the front door at the Black Forge Inn, right? Because I feel
Yeah.
like us Americans are probably, especially a guy like me, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get in right away. So I might need your help there.
They're friendly. It's friendly over there. I'm sure you would.
Sinead Kavanagh, thank you so much. Taking on Sarah Collins, September 23rd, Bellator 299 to 3 Arena. So excited for you. Thank you for your time. I love talking to you. Can't wait to see you back inside the Bellator cage. And
Thank you.
hope we'll talk after your fight.
Yeah. Thank you.